Hi, I'm Joy and this is my channel, Yoga with Joy. Welcome. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, just down below. This is a video for the whole body in some ways, and we get a bit of a stretch in, but the real focus is just really loving and trusting our core area. So I hope you enjoy it and see you soon on the mat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Let's start in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to use a blanket to sit on. And so with this practice, as we're focusing on our whole core area, this abdominal, pelvic area, the center of our body, let's just take a moment and place our hands just softly on the lower abdomen, maybe around about the solar plexus area, or the navel. And just taking a moment of stillness, feeling the connection to this very special center, your core. And whether or not you're feeling whether or not you've had any specific trauma in that area, whether it's surgery or diastasis recti or prolapse of any kind. Most of us have some kind of deep emotional feeling in that area. So let's just focus on giving our core a bit of love today and feeling a bit connected to our body, specifically that area. This practice can be about learning to love and trust your body after any trauma or damage of any kind, or just in general. So taking a few breaths, full upper body, belly breaths. Press into the rib cage, press into the chest. Just the whole of the middle of your body. And slowly releasing your hands down, placing them on your lap. And either with your eyes closed or with a soft eye gaze, you can begin to move around in Brahmanaka. So you're inhaling forward and exhaling back as you circle the upper body round. Just moving as slowly as you wish to, whatever speed is right for you. And feeling grounded and rooted from the Muladhara, the base of the spine, so your base area, and your coccyx, sit bones being rooted, planted on the mat. And then moving in the other direction. Remembering to breathe, so inhaling forward, exhaling as you go back. You can imagine you're creating a circle on the sky or the ceiling above you. Moving with the breath. And then slowly spiraling inwards until you're resting with your heart over your pelvis and your head over your heart. Let's move the spine forwards and backwards, so we're flexing and extending the spine. So inhaling forwards, exhaling back. So again, with this area in mind, so your core area, the center of your body, the core being pelvic floor, the diaphragm at the base of your pelvis. All those wonderful layers of muscles of the abdomen. There's about 4 layers of muscle. It's about 9 layers of tissue in all. And then the little muscles, inner muscles around the spine. And of course your breathing diaphragm. So this whole area is your core. We're focusing on moving this area. And if there's still any areas, if you've just had any surgery or anything like that, so hopefully you're after about 3 months or before doing this practice, you're feeling ready, then making sure that and there's no discomfort in the area of the scar. Exhale. Inhale forward. Keeping some flexibility in the spine, it's perfect. And then gently coming back to seated so that you're resting with your heart over pelvis and head over heart again. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to move into a bit of a twist. So we'll keep this flowing. So we're going to exhale over to the side, inhale forward, exhale to the other side. You can just use your knees to gently lever around your hand and arm. Staying fairly upright. And you can move your hand to the opposite knee if you haven't already. And then the same hand in the direction you're going can come off from your knee and behind you. So you're slightly moving a little bit more into the twist, making sure it feels all right for you around your core area. And focusing on this wonderful stretch around your core. For last time, exhaling, and then gently coming back to center. That's wonderful. Okay, so we'll release the legs, place the hands behind, plant the feet, and we're going to rock from side to side just to give ourselves a little bit of easing out of the hips. Wonderful hip joints and all the way around. The muscles, protecting that area. And then bringing the knees back to stillness. Okay, so let's start with stretching out the legs. And we're going to point and flex the feet. So, as you might have heard me say before, there's a wonderful web of fascia all over our bodies, and different areas are connected. So base of the feet, so right here in the arches of the feet, there's fascia which connects up into the pelvic floor, which is fantastic. So thinking about all your standing postures, lifting from the arches of the feet, it's engaging, gently, gently strengthening the pelvic floor. So when we're moving our feet, we're really thinking of the rest of our body as well. So really thinking of this core area. Now remember, if it's feeling too much sitting up, you can lean back like this. So we're rotating the feet, moving the ankles, one direction, and then I've changed direction already, so you can when you're ready. Lovely. And then back to stillness. So we're going to focus the soles of the feet together and then away from each other, and together and away from each other. So every time we're doing this, we're slightly shifting the emphasis on the sit bones and toning up the legs and very subtly into the pelvic floor, the pelvic diaphragm, and then back to center. That's lovely. And just have a little rock out. That's great. So here we're going to turn the right foot just so it's flopping out like this. And then inhale, opening, sit bones moving towards each other, turning the foot. Exhale, back to center, sit bones away. Inhale, exhale. This is a wonderful one for toning. And you can go much slower than I am. I'm just feeling nice and confident to go at this pace today. And then the other direction. Inhaling out, exhaling back to center. Wonderful. And please do go a lot slower if you're finding this tricky. And back to center. That's lovely. Okay, so let's open up the legs now. And the first thing we're going to do is bring in a side stretch. So inhaling up and exhale over. That's lovely. Inhale up, we'll come into prana mudra. So feeling the lifting from the pelvic floor here. And then exhale over. Inhale up, prana mudra, the energy mudra. So we're really bringing in energy into the body, connecting with the whole universe. This is a holistic practice, yoga. So exhaling over, meaning that you are connected with everything, with all that is. So we're not just separated with our bodies and our lives. You feel fully connected. Inhale up and exhale over. That's lovely. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. And breath in. Gently exhaling forward. And then very softly moving from side to side. And you might be coming even further forward. It really depends on the flexibility in your body. So it's absolutely fine to be up here as well. Again, remembering that if you have any kind of damage in your core area, just really be gentle and soft. If your lower back's been compromised through the separated ab muscles or surgery or anything like that, prolapse, that often really can affect the lower back. Just looking after your lower back. And then gently bring yourself back up. That's lovely. Okay, so we're going to come up into a squat from here. You can use these flat blocks if you wish, if squatting is challenging, like this. And also, if you're still experiencing prolapse, So if you're experiencing a looseness in your pelvic floor to the point where it's coming right down, then just be super careful in this posture and maybe opt out of it because it's very opening. You could just, if you're feeling confident in this posture, that's fine. Just gently, and we all will together. Just really gently lift, tone, engage the pelvic floor. So we're not letting it all just hang. We're just wanting to like keep ourselves a nice, secure package. So bringing, like really, just engaging. And always opt out of a squat if it feels too much. Hands at the heart. Again, just focusing on this, your area, your core, pelvic floor, abs, lower back, diaphragm, breathing diaphragm. And giving a bit of love and attention to this area. Reconnecting, knowing that you really can trust your body now. Sending love to your whole body, especially your core. And then placing the hands down, and you can begin to come into Uttanasana, which is the forward fold. So just being really careful because we're going straight into Uttanasana here. So if it feels like you need to come in a different way, please do. Uttanasana is the standing forward fold. So you're hanging here, and it might be that you're bending your knees quite a lot, but just see how it is. And then you can move, I'll turn around this way so you can see, and you can move one knee, then the other knee forward. Breathing into your lower back, really stretching out the lower back, being careful with it. Just hanging here, just nodding your head and shaking your head. And then slowly rolling up, so really bending the knees, and you're unfurling like a fern frond. Very, very, very gently. So your spine, the wonderful vertebrae, your spine, just stacking one at a time on top of each other. And slowly coming up to standing. That's lovely. Great. Okay, here in standing with the feet planted on the mat. You can have your eyes closed here, or just a gentle soft eye gaze. We're going to move forwards and backwards so that we're just balancing. The emphasis is just moving onto the toes and then onto the heels, or the balls of the foot rather than the toes, and onto the heels. Forwards and backwards. Really engaging all the way around here. In Pilates they call it the powerhouse. For good reason actually, because it really is the centre of your body. In Chinese medicine, I love the name Hara. So the Hara, right at the centre, that's around about your navel. The centre of your body, the place that gave you life when you were in your mother's womb. Kept you alive with being fed. So gently moving from side to side, and now the emphasis will be on the outside of one foot, the inside of the other, and then the other way around as you move the other side. And taking a few circles. So maybe a couple of circles one way. This is strong on your abs, okay? It really is. And you'll feel it going into the lower back and all the way around the hips and round to your abdominals at the front. And again, of course, we're concentrating on pelvic floor as well. We're just really noticing the engagement of the pelvic floor as we move around. And then gently coming back to centre. So I just did 2 both ways then. And placing the feet The feet you see are hip width apart. I'll move this way. And the outside edge of the feet are in line with the mat. So nice kind of anatomical alignment here. And then gently exhale, lifting pelvic floor and abdominals. And then inhale down, so we're lifting up the heels, coming up on tiptoes. Exhale up and inhale down. That's lovely. Now we'll bring in the hands. So we're going to exhale up and inhale down. So feeling your pelvic floor lifting, your core engaging. Exhale, inhale down. So we're exhaling as we go up because we're keeping our lifts of the pelvic floor, the pelvic diaphragm, all the way around your core muscles, your abs, all of that area. Very deep inner muscles. We're keeping them really relaxed as we lift. So that's why we're doing it on the exhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. I'm wobbling. Inhale down. That's perfect. Lovely. Okay, so let's bring in a traditional Hatha Yoga posture. With our focus, so really feeling the focus here. And you're always welcome to bring in a bit of a heart chakra focus as well. So we've got Muladhara, the base, and then here, Svadhisthana, Manipura, and Anahata here. So we've got these chakras, these energy centers moving up from the base to the heart. And that's really our focus. And then we're turning the right foot out and the left foot is clipped in. So we're bringing in Trikonasana, the triangle, for a little nod at our Hatha Yoga postures. So you can loosen your knee, your front knee, the arms are in line with the mat. Breath in, exhale over, and then gently windmill down, opening up the hands. This is wonderful for the heart chakra here. So gently opening up the arms from the heart, palms open, just coming down as far as is comfortable for your body. Lifting up your toes and softening them down if you'll notice they're getting caught on the mat. Really softening your shoulders, and if you can, you're looking up at your hand, but just be really, that's only if your neck's all right with it. And remember, you can be up here. Really, you don't need to be far down. Gentle, all the way around here. Lovely. And then inhale, gently moving up. Bringing your hands down. And then the other way. Opening up the arms, loosening the knee. And then you straighten the knee as you come down. We're doing the same again. Opening up from the heart chakra, from the heart area. Down to the earth, up to the sky. Loosening, just softening your shoulders. And again, looking up at your top arm if it feels all right to do that. And if this is too much on your arm or anything, you can always just place it down. Really, you could be up here. This is not an endurance exercise. And then gently bring yourself back up. And then back to the heart. Fantastic. Okay. So let's just walk to the front of the mat. The feet parallel again. Standing here in mountain posture, arms down. And then lifting up the arms, feeling lengthening right from the base. Up through your abdomen, pelvic floor. And then exhale down back into Uttanasana, the forward fold. Just a breath here. And then breath in to prepare. And then exhale back into downward dog. So your hands are about shoulder width apart, your feet are hip width apart. And we can just walk out to our down dog. And if this is too much for you, like with anything, you can just opt out and come down. You don't have to stay here. Just gently walking out the heels. lowering your knees down. And then we'll just flow through a few cat flexions and extensions. This is asana, the cat. So inhaling through, exhaling, and looking round about just between your legs. Inhale and exhale. So you're zipping up pelvic floor, abdominals. Inhale and exhale. Giving some love to your spine, your sacrum, all the way around your pelvis. And then gently coming back to center. Breath in and lowering back into child's posture. Resting here for a moment in child. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. So we're going to lie down on our backs just to finish off and have a short relaxation at the end. Coming down onto the mat and bringing your feet to the edge of the mat with the arms out by your side, and we're going to just rock from side to side. Just keeping lovely and gentle. Easing out around the hip joints and all the muscles around there. So your breath can start to become into its natural, steady breath without needing to use a stronger breath at all. And back up to center. That's lovely. So let's lift up the right leg and we'll just have a stretch out of your right leg. That's fantastic. And then we're going to place the right ankle over the left thigh and then bring the right hand in between and exhale. Just for a moment, we're going to bring the legs in, so into leg cradle. So it's stretching out round about your glute area. Your hands are clasping behind your thigh. You might be over by your shin. It might be that you've got a strap, you're holding a strap around here. But make sure you're not lifting your head like this. So if you are, you can place blankets underneath or use a strap. And then release down. And the left leg's going to come up. Just have a stretch. Wonderful. And placing the left ankle over the right thigh, quad area, left hand between the legs, and the right hand behind, taking hold of the thigh or the shin. Stretching out around your hips, and the left one this time, feeling it all the way up here. And then gently releasing down. Let's give yourself a little bit of movement around the pelvis. And you might come into happy baby at the end, something like this. Or you might hold your feet together and the knees apart. Some variation. Basically, you can just make it up. It's whatever feels right for you. And then gently exhale down. They're great ones for kind of loosening and relaxing the pelvic floor. And then release down. And just being here for a moment in this final relaxation, Shavasana. And remember, you can always stay here for much longer. I really recommend it. And you also can have a bolster under your knees, or you can have your knees up in semi-supine like this. Whatever's comfortable. Making yourself comfy with blankets. Whatever you need. And so here, we're just resting, sending love to our whole body, especially this wonderful center, this core, the center of our body. And you can feel that area building up stability, building up its own inner strength, resilience. And also it's really important as women to keep a softness. So when we think of strength, we often associate strength in a slightly masculine way. But actually it's to do with being resilient and stable. And soft and warm. Just letting your breath just drop to a gentle, soft breath. Feeling a relaxation around your body and your belly, your hips, down your legs, and your heart and your arms, and your head, and your third eye between your eyebrows. And forehead. You can always say the very simple affirmation. I love and trust my body. I love and trust my body. I love and trust my body. And then either stay resting here, or you can move with me, just bring your knees up and then over onto the side. Then begin to bring yourself up and coming into seated with your eyes closed for a moment. Bring the hands to the heart. Namaste. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me. It's really lovely to have you here. So I hope you enjoyed that practice and feeling a lot of love for your body and your belly, your pelvis. So if you haven't already, you could subscribe to my channel, and I have a membership program. So that means you can join me for any of the perks I'm offering. They change over time. And just a small amount of money per month. And it just means you, yes, kind of video appreciation, and we get to connect a bit more. I get to know people a bit. That's really nice. I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, the join button's just down below next to the subscribe button. And also check out my website, yogawithjoy.co.uk. Just put it down here, and it'll keep you updated with anything I'm doing, any courses or whatever's going on. So that's it, and see you in the next video.
Bargo devasya dimai diyo yo na prachodaya.